Hello, Internet, and welcome to the grand return of Blue Exorcist, chapter 133. Before we jump on in, I'm probably not going to sound as excited as I actually feel, because I am more than a little sick. So I might be a lot lower in volume, my throat really hurts. I normally, being this sick, would not really record anything, but I did not want to miss the return of Blue Exorcist. Because I've been waiting for this for almost a year now. When we last left our heroes, the battle with Satan finally began in earnest. Beelzebub, Mephisto, kind of, and the Maimon all told like their lower level demons to like abandon Satan, or else be forever rejected by their king. Mephisto's only a kind of because like that didn't do anything. There were no kin of time in Satan's army. But with that, the battle is going a lot easier for the exorcists, including Rin, who goes out into the battlefield, having officially, I think officially tamed his demon half, is able to tap into that power a lot easier than he was in the past, including the sort of return of the new hair from SSC, and then finally confronted his father and ended the series for 10 months by insulting his fashion choices. Which is like peak Rin Okumura. It wasn't a big chapter last time, as I complained about at the time, and this chapter doesn't look to be much bigger. It's only 19 pages, which is even less than the last one. But we open right where we left off, with Satan responding to Rin's insult. Lame outfit. Well, I don't like it either. He's not on board with this at all. But like, as he yells, there's this like force of energy that blows Rin back. He sort of has to like brace himself against it, as the demons all call, "Gah, gah, Lord Satan!" And then there's this big explosion that Rin like jumps away from that Satan has caused. And Satan tells him, "Don't you get it? I have the power to destroy everyone here in an instant." And Rin, thinking back to what we learned a couple chapters ago, let's say months, which is not right, about the plan here, and just a diversion. So Yukio's group can deliver the real damage on Satan. Well, it's technically Neuhaus's group, but okay. Rin then asks, "Oh really?" And jumps at him. "Then why don't you do it?" And thinks, "I need to draw Satan's attention." And then he like runs at him, slashes him, like, brings the Koma sword down on him. And Satan like pushes it back with the same sort of deflection things he's been doing with all of his hosts. And Satan tells him, "Because it's too easy, and thus boring." And then it looks like something happens with the explosion of energy that's blocking the sword seems to move or something. I don't know. Or maybe it looks like Rin sort of caught there, like floating by Satan's powers. And Satan just calls, or Rin just calls, "Wah!" And Satan tells him, "So help me have some fun." And then he, sends some energy right at Rin. And then I think Rin throws it back. It looks like Rin has his own flames that attack Satan. And Satan's like covered by the fire, and he just sort of brushes the flames off and tells Rin, "That was mildly interesting." And Rin's gonna keep on going. "I need to keep attacking." Does that mean that water got my nose? Anyway, then we see these bugs. Might be kin of Beelzebub who have turned to our side, perhaps. Or maybe they're Astaroth's kin. Anyway, we cut to someone saying, "It's a mistake to let that demon child take on Satan first." And then we see it's Lightning and Osceola. As Lightning comments, "Too many of these demons are mid-level and higher." And Osceola comments, "They're holding us back." It's still... Oh, no, I know who's saying that line, the prior line. It's Arthur. He's sort of caught up in all of the demons there. It's hard to make out who that was. But that is Arthur. And then Lightning calls up to Beelzebub, who's still there. "Can you just fly forward, king of insects?" And Beelzebub questions, "You want me to rush my father head on? That might not go well. I'm the weakest of the bulb." And then Lucy appears, jumping onto Osceola's back. "Allow me, Lucy." And she pulls out this, like, paper tag. and then lights it on fire with a dragon head lighter or something. I beseech thee, Black Emperor, Black Dragon, and General of the North, to eliminate this evil. Come forth, Heilong! And as she, like, blows on the pipe, it's a dragon-headed pipe, actually. She blows on the pipe as the paper, like, takes flame. Urgent is our need. And what appears is this giant, Eastern-style black dragon looming over even the Muspel giants. Like, sheer power there. Sacred treasure and sign of destiny. Spread your black fog, as I command. And then it seems to be more of, like, a smokescreen thing. Because Lucy does call it a black fog. And it doesn't seem to be a flame that the dragon is setting out. It's really just fog, a confusion tactic. And the demons see this, like, fog, and they all start to go crazy, somehow, and start attacking each other. Whoa, what happened? The demons are eating each other? And Lightning comments, Heilong is loyal to Lucy and confused demons that aren't high level. Dragons are always the coolest. He's just having a blast. It's the end of the fucking world, and this man is having the time of his life. But Osceola tells him, now, advance! And then we cut back to Rin and Satan. As Rin brings the sword down, grah! And Satan just knocks it away with his powers, and, like, yawns. What are you even doing? And Rin just growls, I haven't hit him even once. And Satan knocks him away. I'm tired of this. Which is bad, as Rin notes, I can't let him get bored. Because Rin's whole thing is that he has to be the distraction here. And Rin calls out as he runs towards Satan again, Satan, slash! And he throws another, like, projectile sword slash. And then, okay. So something happens here. The Kraken that Satan's been hanging out on. Maybe it was hit by the fog or something? Because there's, like, distortion in its eye, and then it drops Satan. And Satan, not expecting this, is too shocked to, like, fight back. What? And he takes the Satan slash right to the face, as Rin calls, gotcha! And then we cut to somewhere away from the battlefield, as someone watches on. Lucy Yang used Heilong. Oh, it's the X-Wires! For some reason, this whole chapter is just kind of blurry whenever I zoom in, blurrier than, like, it normally is. So I think this is Konako, but I wouldn't say for sure. Arch Knights are really something else. Supposedly, they're comparable in strength to Demon Kings. And then, I'm not sure who this is. It might be, Izumo, perhaps. That's Black Flame, right? Will our fighters be alright? And then, I'm assuming it might be Lightning, who I think would know the most about the Arch Knights, tells her, Suguro, not Lightning. Suguro, who's been working with Lightning, therefore knows the most about the Arch Knights. It's just so it doesn't hurt humans. And Shima, in the background, comments, she's a lot better than me at wielding it. And Konako tells him, well, she's an Arch Knight. And then I think this is Bon. I wanted to see an Arch Knight fight on the front line. But we can barely see anything here. And Shima comments, you got that right. Well, Yukio is still just, like, focused on the mission, and tells them, I've decided. The best place to shoot from. And he points to, like, a mountain, I think, like, a mountain way far away from them, I think. Like, on the other side of the battle, it might be, though I might be wrong there. The best place to shoot from is on top of those crags. To be continued. Okay. So, for our glorious return, a chapter you can read in, I can do a reaction for in 9 minutes, is not really what I wanted. Like, it's fine, it's sort of thing of, like, what I would say about modern Black Butler at its best, and that it will work very well in, like, a reread, but for now, it's just, like, reading this month to month, and you only get 19 pages, and, like, nothing really happened this chapter. Like we had some minor progression. Lucy summoning a fuck all dragon to fuck with the demons. That's just a good bit all around. And, like, Rin gets a hit on Satan, and Yukio decides where he wants to shoot from, and that's a month's worth of, it's 10 months worth of content, which, you know, is kind of the problem. So I'm hoping this is not a recurring theme. I'm hoping it's not going to become like Butler, where, like, this is considered, you know, if this were a Butler chapter, this would be huge progression for one chapter. And I'm hoping that does not become the case. I'm hoping this continues to be a lackluster, slow-paced, or a lackluster, barely anything happened chapter, and that we don't look back on here in a 6 months or something and be like, damn, this chapter moves so fast. You know, hopefully that's not what happens. But that's more negative, I think, than this chapter deserves. I'll blame that on my sickness. Because there is some fun stuff here, you know, just sort of letting Rin go hog wild on Satan, and, you know, Lucy's fuck all dragon. But, you know, beyond that, there's just really not that much here. I'm trying to find anything to say about most of the stuff in this chapter, and it's just not really present. I don't know, it's a chapter that sort of, it feels like a half chapter. That's the thing. And maybe, you know, next month will be 133 part 2 or something, because I think those are the only chapters I've ever seen be this short. You know, it's less than 20 pages, or tends to be followed by a part 2 the following month. We saw that with 99, we saw that with 116, so maybe that is what will happen. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, I don't know. But for now, you know, it's largely just nice to be back in this world, to be back in Blue Exorcist, because this series is really fun. It's really, really good. And while this chapter may be a bit more disappointing than most, just on account of how little actually happened here, it's still just a good time to finally be getting new Blue Exorcist again. But hopefully next month we get a lot more progression than we got here. That's all I'm saying on that point. So with that said, I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you'll enjoy the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or, you know, do whatever makes you happy, you know? And as always, your life is your own, okay? Bye!